Hey, everyone. This is Let Me See Your Transcript, your very favorite history teacher. How are you doing tonight? I'm so glad to be here, and I'm glad for you to be here. Please come on in. I just fixed my drink. I'll be drinking. I'll be drinking. I'll be drinking. Come on in the room. While I'm waiting on y'all, letting y'all know, oh, yes, it's ladies' night. It's ladies' night. It's feeling right. Oh, yes, it's ladies' night. Oh, what a night. Oh, what a night. Hey, everyone, come on in the room. While we're waiting on everyone to come on in, let me go ahead and play some music for y'all. Okay? Really, nigga? It's this ladies' night, and it's feeling right. Oh, it's this ladies' night. Oh, what a night. Oh, what a night. Ladies' night. Oh, what a night. Oh, what a night. Ladies' night. Oh, what a night. Come on in the room, everyone. Yes, it's ladies' night. Excuse me, everyone. I'm not feeling. Yes, it's ladies' night. And it's feeling right. Yes, it's ladies' night. Hey, Jacqueline Vines. Thank you so much for being here. Means a lot. Let me see if I can get this music started. And I'm having a guest tonight. Hey, Michelle Foster, I'm glad you made it. I was okay. Just hold on a minute. It must be Angie on the mic. The butter pea, honey, got the sugar, got the spice. Roll the L side, keep the rounds right. Y'all just straight this motherfucker up last night. And I'm the rookie on this All-Star team. Me and Kim is getting cream. Like Thelma and Louise, butter on chrome. Never leave that Brooklyn shit alone. So if you say it's on, then it's on. Bang this in your whips. Pack and coat roadie with the chips in the wrist. Here's a French kick. I dismiss all you chicks. Get six from the 4th, 5th, make it dance. Ow! I stay focused in the dopest. Like a penny with a hole in it. Y'all just focus and tokens. I ain't lying. Niggas trying to knock me off. Keep trying. All it takes is one phone call to my street team. Promote that ass like a soundtrack from Jack. Set it off with the hate fitting. Y'all missing the buck with the fuck bump. Biggie in the truck, in the buck to my double bitches. Let me see you do the bank head with the riches. It's the rap Midwest, the QB. And I got all my sisters and I run this time. Oh, this is ladies' night. Oh, what ladies' night. And the feelings right. Oh, this is ladies' night. Oh, what
Never the one
packing a gun. Got some other raw chicks for that. Lay that ass flat. I be the one choking your paragraphs. Doing labs. Get you back up on the right path.
Hey, Trisha. Hey, Jacqueline Medina. Hey, Medina Jaden. Michelle Foster. Jacqueline Vine. Please hit the like button as you come on in. Please share this out to all your other social medias. I would greatly appreciate that.
Suck my dick hole. Strictly your bell ringer. Lay another finger on this big bad wolf, Miss Lady Rat singer. I'll be the one to blame as the flames keep rising to the top. And it don't stop.
And find out first this time. Oh, yes, it's late, it's night. Oh, what a night. Oh, what a night. It's late, it's night. And the feeling's right. Oh, yes, it's late, it's night. Oh, what a night. Oh, what a night.
Y'all see how these bogus niggas try not to notice the dopest bitches approaching with good intentions, but focusing on their riches. If it's too hot to get the fuck up out the kitchen, niggas dig. Stay listen when they thinking of me, cause the rhythm I cheat, cause of the mic rhythm of tea. Filling them wigs, others off the 9 really little kid. Bitches must be.
Where's Morning No Love? Hey, Medina, did you get my email with the link? Hey, speak your truth with Roxanne. Roxanne, glad you can make it. Come on, everybody.
I ain't even gonna leave without saying something on this track. You ain't gonna use me to just be singing hooks. What I look like? Patty LaBelle or somebody, nigga. Check it out. Yeah.
Oh, what a night.
You should be like this instead of being like mine. I like to ride movies instead of riding bikes. Me and Lil Kim got the rhymes to the side. I got to the round 3. Niggas can't see us from another.
Hey, Miss NW50, been praying for you, sis. Bye, baby. Bye, baby. Bye. Hey, everyone. This is Let Me See Your Transcript. Your very favorite history teacher. Okay? I'm so glad everyone can make it. I was afraid that I was all alone up here, but you know, I forget sometimes that it's a delay here sometimes with YouTube. How do y'all like my new little I guess thumbnail for the show? Okay, so just to let you guys know, there'll be some changes here for Ladies Night. And so what I'll be doing is I'll have different topics every Saturday. And also I'll have a different guest or a couple of panelists to come up here and talk with me. Okay. Hey, Ray of Sunshine, I'm glad you can make it. So I wanted to introduce y'all to my guest for tonight. You've probably seen her before. She's been kind of MIA for a while, but I'm glad she made it. Hey. Sorry about that.
Hey. Thank you. Thank you. Happy to be here. Huh?
So look at you with a full face. Your face is beat, sis. What the kids say? Your face is beat.
Girl, you know it's date night.
I'm sorry about I'm messing up your dating plans. I'm so sorry.
No, you're not messing up anything.
Oh, you're trying to catch something. That's what you're trying to do.
Is that right? Mm-mm,
there might be somebody that come through, or maybe somebody in the bushes.
I've invited enough people.
Okay. So how have you been doing? Because I've missed seeing you in the chat.
I've been doing well. I had a few setbacks last year, and I'm just trying to get myself together. So I started working. I'm about to move. Just
Okay.
trying to make a new life for myself.
Okay. And I'm loving the cut. You make me want to
Thank you,
try going
girl. Thank
for
you.
it again, but I don't know if I
Thank
want to start all over. That looks good on
Yeah.
you, sis. I'm
Well,
looking at.
I was going natural and I got tired of messing with it. And so
Mm-hmm.
it's just so much easier. I just relaxed it and I'm done. And it's just so much easier for me. And I don't have to worry about it. So yeah, and my beautician, she did a great job. You know how sometimes you 2 out of 10 cuts are what you want. This is one of
Mm-hmm.
my 10. So
Oh,
next time
okay.
we'll see what happens.
All right. It looks good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well,
Thank
you see,
you.
you got a lot of welcomes in the chat, Medina. They
I'm
happy
going
to
to
see
have
you
to look
back
at
too.
this. I'm
Hey,
happy to
Life
see
is
everyone.
Lane. Yeah,
Sometimes I'm
everyone's
in the
like, "Hey,
bushes.
Medina."
Sometimes I say hi. So I'll
Mm-hmm.
have to answer everyone. I've
Oh,
missed
okay.
y'all.
I missed
Hey,
you
let me ask you
too.
something. Kim, I'm hearing an echo. How can I stop that?
Do you have earphones?
I have my earplugs in. Is that good enough, or should I change to
Do
my
you have
earphones?
another browser open on your computer that's the YouTube?
I don't think so.
Okay. Do you have them both in both ears?
No? Yeah, I
Yeah,
have
that's
them in
probably
both
why.
ears.
Oh. Do you have like a regular pair of earphones, not the earbuds?
Okay, hold on. I do. I have some beats. I have
Yeah, you
some
might need
beats
to try the
also. With that
Beats.
one.
Hey, Barbara
Okay.
J. Warren. You were flipping that hair back and forth earlier. Hey, if you guys did not get a chance, please go check out my YouTube bestie, Roxanne. She had a really great first episode of today called The Sisterhood with Michelle Foster, Barbara J. Warren, and Christine Parks. And it was great. Come on. Okay. So how y'all doing tonight? Did
Oh,
y'all
fuck.
remember while Medina's getting her earphones? My boss reminded me, my supervisor reminded me yesterday that we spring forward this weekend. Is that true? So we gonna lose an hour of sleep? Is that true? Oh man, I gotta reset everything. I gotta reset everything tomorrow. Please come on in. Yeah, yeah. If you guys see Roxanne's after the show, please go in and check out the Sisterhood. Also, her interview with Dolores Jordan, who is the older sister of Michael Jordan, was excellent. She talked about her book that's coming out, and that was from last Monday. So please, please, please do go check that out. Okay. And I believe Daryl's coming out on Sunday, and I think maybe Mad Church Disease is too tomorrow. Hey, Joe Lady, I'm so happy to see you here. Hey, come on in the room. Y'all forgive me. I think my drink might be gonna take a fake. Hey, Christine Parks, your clocks, but the cell phones will automatically switch. Okay, thanks, Life is Late. And Life is Late, please tell your daughter happy birthday. Is it her sweet 16? Can you hear better now?
I can. No echo.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, this is the interview with uh Dolores Jordan. Yeah, hold on a minute. I gotta keep up with Medina over there, looking all sexy and stuff.
Aren't you kind?
Mm-hmm. Gotta get on. Okay, Medina. So how was your week, Medina?
It was pretty good. Worked, did some chauffeuring, tried to clean up before I move,
Okay. Where are you
get
moving
things
to?
together. Well, it's just going to be probably about 5 minutes away.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm moving from this apartment to a house.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. But I'm trying to make sure that I get in the right school zone for my son. You know, he
That's
plays
true.
sports and
Because
whatnot. So
sometimes 5 minutes away is a whole nother school district.
it
You got
is, it is, and so they're doing a few things here as far as rezoning and things,
mm-hmm.
and so I don't want to get caught, you know, in the
Yeah.
crossfire, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a locked school zone. I didn't know any of this, and it's a locked school zone. So if you don't do it now, you won't be able to. So.
Okay.
Yeah, so
All
that's
right.
it. I mean, it was good. It was good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thankful for the weather. We had snow and ice here for a week. And so everybody's just
Mm-hmm.
getting out and doing a few things, having fun
Mm-hmm.
now. So it's been good. How about
Oh,
you?
this is the last week before spring break.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to next week. So
Okay,
you might see me more relaxed than usual. But look, even
okay.
tonight, I'm even drinking tonight. My very
Yes,
nice mug that you can purchase
yes.
on my Teespring account, which is in the chat.
Okay, okay.
I was just experimenting. I put some orange juice, some
Mhm.
Sprite, and some whiskey that Daryl got me for my
Ooh,
birthday.
ooh,
Yeah.
that sounds delicious. That sounds delicious. I've been drinking for about, I guess, 3 or 4 days. You know, a Chili's has the alcohol to go now, but you have to order food. But
Mm.
you can get those margaritas, and I'm in love with that froze margarita they have. It's got rose wine, it's got margarita,
What?
it's got a little strawberry daiquiri, and it's extra delicious.
Wait, so you say it's TGI Fridays?
No, Chili's.
Chili's,
Chili's.
okay. I got.
Alcohol to go. You phone it in. You have
Mm-hmm.
to pick it up. I mean, curbside
Oh, you
or
got to pick it up. You
whatever. They
can't.
can't
You
do
can't
delivery.
DoorDash it.
No,
Mm.
no. You have to go there. But at Chili's is probably 2 minutes from us, so it's no
Okay,
problem.
I gotta find out the nearest Chili's next to me then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I want to try that drink.
Froze, froze
Frozen rose,
margarita.
a rose margarita. Oh,
Froze,
okay.
FROSE margarita.
Okay, frozen rose. Got that's on my list. So, for our topic for tonight, as we all saw on the thumbnail, which has been the talk since last Sunday, um, is Oprah Winfrey's interview with Meghan and Harry, who were, I'm not sure if they still are, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex.
Mm-hmm.
But it looked like they just had Meghan and Harry now. Did you get to
Yeah.
see? Did you get to see the interview? I had to go look on my CBS app because
I,
it's not
yeah.
on regular TV. But then Matt Churchesy said last night it re-aired.
Really?
Yeah.
I have OWN and all of that kind of stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
she streams a lot. So I know that I can catch it, but I was just
Oh,
like,
okay. Yeah.
it's just too much going on right now. And so I just kind of went online and kind of researched a little bit to find out what it
Mm-hmm.
included. And I was very distraught, to say the
Mm-hmm.
least. And I'm proud of her as a black woman,
Mm-hmm.
as a parent,
Mm-hmm.
that I feel like she really stood up for her family and for her son.
Mm-hmm.
So I
What was
want to
the
give
most?
Harry,
Go
hmm?
ahead.
I want to give Harry credit for walking away from his family and
Mm-hmm.
from the only life he's known, for the woman that he loves and for his son. But I feel like Megan just basically said, "Hey, me and Archie are out of here. Now you can come or you can stay, but we're not staying here."
I don't
You
know if
know.
it was like that, but I was going to ask you, what did you think was the most distraught thing that you heard or researched out of that interview? Hey, Betty. Hey, Katie
Um,
girl.
I didn't see the interview. I got a few high points, and I'm not exactly sure that these points were covered in the original interview, because Oprah did, the next day, she released more information about her interview
Oh.
with them that was not originally aired.
Oh,
So I
okay.
think the most hurtful thing that I can see is this is this is one of their descendants, and he was stripped of security when they left.
I
Like,
didn't
a
understand that.
baby, he has no security whatsoever, and it didn't have to be that way. Also, as far as him having a title, he could have gotten a title because they can do, like they have these little things. I can't remember what they're called, but where the queen could basically say he is entitled to a title, and
Mm-hmm.
she could have made that happen if she had chosen to. So those are two of the most hurtful things as a baby.
Mm-hmm.
And from just growing up and seeing the monarchy and what they do, how they're behaving now and the things that are coming out are just not in line with the works that they do publicly and
Mm-hmm.
all over the world. I mean, so it's easy to not be racist or have racist tendencies when you don't have a black person, that as close to you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I feel like, this was a wake up call for them. And so they're pretty much doing damage control now.
Yeah, like you said, that was one of the things that was most distressing me was they said, okay, we're gonna step back and be part-time. But then when we go to a Commonwealth, still of the UK, you don't let me have security or my son? Like what they do that?
How is that
Like I
possible?
don't understand. It's like here in the United States, we don't have like titles and stuff. But we have like the president and all this stuff, and their family gets Secret Service unless they family turns it down.
Mhm.
So I'm
Mhm.
just like, who? I can't
Your
see no
own son and
president.
grandson.
I don't understand how would the president say, don't worry about the grandkids. Like what? What?
Well, and it also gives weight to the rumor that Harry is really her Princess Diana's bodyguard's child. So if you know that I mean,
Oh.
that's the rumor that's been around for millions of years. They say I haven't looked up to see a picture of this guy, but from what I've heard, Harry looks exactly like this man: red hair, facial features,
Mm,
everything. He looks just like the bodyguard. So if you really know
mm.
that, what are you really going to do? I'm going to do some more research.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you need to tell me about that. Because my thing is
Mhm.
this: why are you waiting till now? You knew he was going to get married one day anyway, but I guess it was his choice. And the thing from
Right.
the other distressing thing for me about Meghan Markle and Harry was, I felt like when she said, "I am thinking about killing myself,"
Oh, yes.
I need to go to the hospital, y'all.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
And they said, "I'm sorry, we understand, but you can't go." What do
Mhm.
you mean
Mhm.
you can't go?
Mhm. Mhm.
I
What did
mean,
I do?
think about Melania Trump. All them times that she wasn't at the White House, and the president,
Mm.
when he went somewhere and she was supposed to go, he don't find a lookalike, a
Mhm.
horrible lookalike, to go in her place.
Mhm.
So I'm just like, y'all couldn't say, "Oh, Megan is gonna go visit her mom in the UK," and then while she's in the
Mhm.
UK, she can go to the hospital. Or
Mhm.
hey, maybe send a physician to the house. I mean, y'all got the money, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Why couldn't I mean like it's like y'all wanted her to kill herself.
Mhm.
What y'all gonna say,
Exactly.
oh my bad? And then like she tells her husband
Exactly.
and he's like, yeah, yeah, I don't cause cause he was trying to say, oh, you don't have to go. And she was like, I can't be by myself.
Mhm.
And they still had to go to
Mhm.
an event like nothing was wrong. And I'm just like,
Mhm.
and this is what
Mhm.
my thing is. Exactly, Miss MW50.
Mhm.
His mother died because the paparazzi was following her. So
Mhm.
did anyone, his brother or his father, think like, hey, the paparazzi going after his wife is like what they were doing to my mom. Maybe I should step in, or maybe I should
Mhm.
back up my brother, or maybe
Mhm.
I should do something. And my thing is this: he keeps saying that he loves his grandmother, he talks to her every day. But I'm gonna say this about Queen Elizabeth: you're a horrible grandmother. You are the fucking Queen of England? I'm sorry. You England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, and so many different territories around the world. And you couldn't step in and tell everybody in that
He could have fixed it all.
firm, y'all need to stay off the fuck off my grandson and my great
She could have
grandson.
done. She could have fixed it all. She could have fixed it all. And what I found was their actions and behaviors and what they did before it came out publicly. Before the Oprah show. It adds weight to the conspiracy theory that the firm, as they call the monarchy, had Diana killed. So you take
It
away
really
Arthur's
does.
security,
Like, we
you
don't
take
really
away.
care.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like every time I turn around, I do not like conspiracy theories. I do not. But
it makes so much
everything they
sense
do,
now.
it does. It does. It does. And I'm sorry if that's not the truth, but I mean, perception can sometimes be more potent than reality. It can be more real to everyone, and the whole world is looking. And in this culture, after 4 years of who we just had, everyone is hypersensitive to racism, and everyone held up Britain as far as, this is a country, they don't have racism over there, da 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 da. Now
Oh, but
everyone is saying.
the Afro-British, the Afro-Caribbeans over there, the black people over there. So, oh no, it's racism
Hey, Miss
over
Mary.
here. It's just in a different form.
Exactly. Exactly. It's just sad. I was really distraught, but like I said, it takes a lot of strength for them to have done what they do, to leave the world, that he's known. Harry is just like, forget it. But, throughout his life, he's always gone against the grain. There are millions of videos and pictures of him dancing with black people in Africa. He's always been off the beaten path and done things that, that would be a shame to the royal family.
Yeah.
So I just don't feel like it was as difficult as you would think for him to walk away. I don't feel that he was completely happy himself.
Yeah, I think, and I think the thing is, he has grown up being the prince, whatever, with his brother. He's known that his brother's going to be king one day. But he had his little station or whatever he was going to do. There's some things that Harry did that I was not happy about when he went to that, I think, Halloween party, and he went as a SS youth.
I didn't know that.
There's a picture of him. Someone took of him at a party, and he had the little SS thing on his. Like, that wasn't
that's a no.
Best moment.
Yeah, that was a no.
He and his brother did go serve in the armed forces for like 2 years.
Yes. I think he was stripped of that. With all this mess, wasn't he stripped of his military service or something? Which he was very proud of that. I read something where he was like,
I don't know if it's service, but it may be like a rank or something. But he did go.
Yeah. I'm listening.
He's stripped of the rank, right, or the title. Okay. And then I'm just like, so I just feel like he might have seen in his position, like, okay, I'm never going to become king. I'm not even next in line after my brother. I'm behind his children.
Are.
So I'm going to do
and they keep having them.
Yeah, I'm going to be like great uncle, whatever, and my grandmother's uncle, and I'm just going to leave. There's different possibilities out there for me. I can do other stuff. My mama left me some money, so I'm gonna be all right.
Yes.
And I think
it's about being happy.
I think it's looking that way, and I'm kind of wondering: do you think they stripped the security to get him to come back?
I think that they called his bluff every time. You take my money, you take my security. They called his bluff. They never wanted him to leave. So because I think that if he hadn't made a decision and he had stayed in the situation they were in, eventually Meghan would have left him, which that may have been their plan. Eventually they'll get rid of her. They've been able to get rid of the rest of them, right? Diana, Fergie, with several others.
But the thing about it is, I don't know if you noticed it or not, out of the Queen Elizabeth's children, only one of them has been married to their spouse forever. Everybody else has been divorced.
Yes.
And the
Yes.
ones who are divorced, I guess they still have some type of function, or they just go off and do whatever other things that they do. And Diana's case was like, yeah, I'm gonna leave, but she was so well liked, and she was
Yes.
involved
Love.
in charitable things. How can you be upset with her divorcing Charles? One, he got
Who
his
was cheating
diabetes,
forever.
cheating, but the
Forever.
divorcee, you know, and the thing is, he probably couldn't do what his great uncle did, who married a divorcee and left, because his mom was like, "Oh no, we're not doing this
Right.
again."
He's heir
You
to
know
the
what I'm saying?
throne.
And so, and if you notice, they still were with each other after Diana died, and because they are the head of the Church of England, the monarchy is, they like the Catholic Church. You know, when you divorce your spouse, you're not supposed to marry anyone else because it's
Oh,
adultery.
yes.
But
Yes.
if you divorce someone and they die, then that's just like your spouse having died if they were
Yes.
still married. So now you can
Yes.
get remarried. That allowed Charles to get married. However, they wanted us to pretend and not think about the fact that Camilla got a whole ex-husband still alive.
And Camilla was seeing him the entire time he was married to Princess Diana. I mean, the whole time, and they treat her. I mean, I always said to myself, excuse my French. I mean, this is a whore. This is a whore, and you fly her around, and she's everywhere. You know, like it's okay, and no one talks about it. It's not okay.
Oh, I didn't know that. He would have been stripped of rank regardless when his kids turned 18 or 21. Harry is sixth in line. So see, Gator Girl.
Hey, life is life.
Charles is married to Camilla. They've been married for several years. I think she's the Duchess of something. Cornwall?
Yeah, I read something that Charles, his dad, stopped taking his calls.
Yeah. And that's what he said.
Them.
He said my dad stopped taking my calls, and he said and they said his brother. He said, well, my brother has his own reasons. We'll probably get together later. And he wouldn't even elaborate. I was like, yeah, he's not taking your calls either.
I think recently, within the last week or two, William said that he was going to call him. Okay. Because a reporter asked the question how he felt about it. Had he talked to his brother? The same questions were asked of Prince Charles, and he just ignored it. He completely ignored the question.
But did you notice who was around them when they asked him that question?
Who? No.
You didn't see all the perfectly placed dark-skinned people? Dark-skinned
No, I didn't watch it. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm glad I missed that.
Yeah. There was some lady in a really cute outfit. I'm assuming she's the nanny, maybe, or secretary. And like she's walking with them back to the car with William, and they're like, "Hey, is the monarchy racist?" No, the monarchy is not racist.
Right.
And I'm just like, and you see this like black lady with them, like, oh, well, maybe they're not racist. They got a black lady. Right. We don't know what her job is.
Yeah. Right. Then the pour the water in the back of the limo.
Yeah, the father, I guess he looked like he was talking to people getting the COVID-19 vaccine.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and they were all black people. And I'm just like, come on now.
They said that he had been visiting black people like all last week or two. I mean, I know they were like, this is a first. Oh, I like black people as long as they're not a part of my family.
Hey, Daryl.
It's just ridiculous. I'm extremely disappointed. I'm extremely disappointed.
Because I feel like you're the queen. And to me, she don't look like she got Alzheimer's or
she doesn't.
She's oldest living monarch. She's
hard as nails. Hard as nails.
Why can't you go in there and say, look, stop fucking with my granddaughter-in-law.
He doesn't want to.
Grandson is coming here. Ain't got time for this foolishness.
When the perception gets worse, the firm will make that decision. And it's not going to be sincere. It's going to be because the whole world called on them to do that. It's not going to be sincere. I'm not going to applaud them for making decisions they should have made. And I hope that Harry and Meghan, I hope they don't go back and change their minds or think they can work it out. They can't. Leave it alone.
But I feel like they tried to work it out.
Yes, I do too.
They did everything to work it out. They went where they told them to go.
She
And
did all that stuff that was against her grain, trying to be proper.
and then the thing is, some of the stuff that they should have told her about, she had to Google it. So it's like, okay, did you want me to fill at this job? Then when I excelled at the job and everybody likes me, you still mad. Like I can't. It's like
Yeah, you big mad.
22.
You big mad. You big
And I'm
mad.
sorry, I knew it was gonna be some, sorry to say that, fuck shit when the Prince Michael Kent of Kent or whatever, I don't know if it was the cousin of the
Please don't say that brooch. Please don't mention that brooch. Please don't mention that brooch. Is that what you're about to say? Please don't mention that brooch. What is the name of? I can never remember the name. Black something.
All I know is it looked like a little black symbol figure, and I'm just like, seriously, you wrote that to go meet family members who's
an event
at an event,
and it signifies slavery.
If I'm the queen, when I saw her with that fucking brooch on, I would have snatched that bitch off. Don't bring this goddamn thing in here and call it. You got time for that?
I swear, I want to believe that nobody knew exactly what it was until after the media got a hold of it, because the media immediately got a hold of that brooch and the person that wore it. So I want to believe that no one else noticed it. I want to believe that.
How
and I'm
can
just
you miss it? It was right here, and it's.
But it doesn't have to mean what it is. It doesn't have. It does not have to mean what you think it. Because I think the woman said.
Moment to wear that damn thing.
Well, didn't the woman say that she wore it to honor Meghan?
How?
Didn't she say?
Oh, so Meghan wanted to see a little black symbol.
No, she thought. Yeah. I like black people. I'm gonna wear this pin so everybody knows that. We're glad you're here. We needed a black person, other than my damn brooch. Okay. What's the name of that? But when somebody found out what the name of that brooch is, it's the black something. Black. I can't remember. The black. Somebody, I know someone in the chat knows what the name of that brooch is.
Can somebody Google? But it was just like, really, you took this time to wear this to this event.
She paid good money for it too. Now, I mean, I think that those are those are
to the Jim Crow museum. I forget what it is. And they have all the knickknacks of all the racist shit that's been sold with black folks' face on it. Just to give it to them.
Yeah, I'm so mad about that damn brooch.
Nobody else needs to wear that damn brooch.
I know. Oh my god.
Nobody.
I'm going to research it. I'm going to research it, and I'm going to see if I can find one thing that makes that brooch okay. I don't think it'll ever be okay for the person to wear it that wore it, but maybe there's some redeeming quality to that brooch.
Before.
That, yeah, it's distressing. I didn't even read everything that I could. I just wanted to understand, because I'm not into like really what's going on in the world right now as far as that's concerned. Anybody and people, more than likely I'm not into like what's going on with that. And Meghan, I just was like, this is going to be a shit show. I said that in the very beginning because she's a wild child. She's an independent thinker. She's a very independent person.
She's had a life. That's what someone said on video.
Been married before.
Life, which I didn't know. I thought she was raised in England, not England, in Canada, but she was actually born and raised in Oakland or Los Angeles.
Yes, ghetto. And
so then she went to college. Then she got into acting. And I'm just like, okay, she done had a life. She done been married before. Yes. It didn't work out. Then she moved on. She married some other people. And someone introduced her to Harry. It's like, hey, I think y'all are cute. Y'all should go out. And they did.
Yeah. And she was a spitfire early on. You know, she did interviews. She did a lot of things. She was an activist. I mean, from the time she was 7, 8, 9. Blackamoor brooch. Thank you, Moni. Oh, that is what it is. I'm going to, let me screenshot that because I'm going to find something out about that.
Blackamoor brooch.
I mean, that woman said she thought she was honoring her. She had no idea. She had no idea that It was that, yeah. She said she had no idea. Mm-hmm.
Really? How old?
70,
Yeah,
60.
lady, come on now. All right.
You worked for Blackamore. You worked for them.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what was the other thing I was going to say? But you notice who came to their rescue?
Yes. We always do. And
Yes,
I
it's
hate to,
like, yay, it's
I
Tyler
hate,
Perry. We love Tyler Perry. Yay, she's down the street from Oprah. We know her good friend
yeah,
is Serena Williams. So we're like, oh, okay, she's
yes.
around some familiar people. But it's like,
But
hey, here go black folks saving everybody again.
this is my thing. And I hate to say this. I never, she's one of those black people that until she needs us, that's when she's black. I feel like when she was on Suits and doing all these different things, I mean, I don't know how much she had to use for us.
But I can see your point, but wasn't her wedding kind of showed you that she was black though? I
Yeah,
mean,
she did then because didn't she have to? If I can't be proud of
not
myself, who's
necessarily.
going to? Well, I feel like she had to put it out there. She didn't have to make it as black as she did. I completely understand that. I agree with how she did her wedding and the things that she had there. But in my spirit, I was just like, you're going overboard because you have to show people that you're black. Because that's how she's seen. Regardless of what she may think, other people may think, she'll always be a black person.
Do you think
So
her
I
mother
feel
also was involved in that too? I was like,
um
the
I
people know
think
she's
some of
black.
what she
It's
did was
nice.
honoring her mother.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
so
that
too.
some of it was to honor her mother because they downplayed her immensely. She looked gorgeous, she was wonderful, but
Oh,
I don't think that
beautiful.
she had the type of respect that she should have gotten as Meghan's mother.
Yeah.
I understand she's marrying royalty, it's all about them, but I don't think that she got the type of respect she should have gotten. But her mother was there for her daughter,
Mm,
period.
yeah. Do you think because the fact that besides being biracial, besides being a black
Mhm.
mother, your
Mhm.
parents are not married,
Mhm.
you were divorced before,
Mhm.
you're an American, and you're an
Mhm.
actress.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like it's just my. I think I think the black thing is her being black is part of it, but I think it's also the other things that she is too.
Yes. And you're black. You're all that, and you're black on top of all that. That was the cherry on top.
It was like, oh, you divorced like Wallace Simpson? Damn, we doing this again?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Camilla ass over there? We just gotta tolerate her ass now.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
divorced too?
Yeah.
But
And
my
you're a
thing,
whore. You were his whore for 30 years. On top of that. Okay. You were Charles's whore for 30 years.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, Betty, and they also they lived in his house, but he also gave them his security detail.
Yeah, he paid for them to have
Mhm.
security.
Mhm. I mean, does that make sense? I mean, that's
You know,
embarrassing
I
to
should.
the
I would.
to the
He
crown.
should send a bill to the institution and the firm. Like, y'all don't even pay me back for this security detail.
It just makes him look so bad. It makes
I just
the
don't understand that
monarchy look horrible.
you took security detail off a member of your family. Just and then let me ask a question because some people said that that Oprah Winfrey was overdoing it by acting so surprised when Meghan told her and the rest of the world that they asked about what color Archie would be.
Mhm.
But part of me feels like I was surprised when she said it too.
I
I
was
don't know if it was the
surprised.
way
I
she
feel
said
like,
it.
yeah, I was surprised. I was surprised that they had that frank discussion with her. And I just don't feel like they talked to her. I didn't see the interview. So I just can't see them discussing
They had it
that
with
with
Harry.
her. Right. They had it
And
with Harry.
Harry
So
and
I did.
Oprah asked him because because she talked to Meghan first for 47 minutes. Then she
Mhm.
brought Harry out. And then Harry basically
Mhm.
co-signed everything she said. And
Mhm.
he said and then Oprah earlier she was upset. And I think even Oprah started crying at one point. I was like,
Yeah.
crying. And she said, they asked you what color you, he said, well, they told Harry. And then Harry said, yeah, some members of the family, it was a couple of conversations. They asked me what color do they think Archie was going to come out like.
Ask God. Ask God. She's mixed. Y'all have whatever in y'all's. Well, how the hell was anybody supposed to know that before he got here? What kind of question is that? I'm sure he won't be little white.
Biology class?
I mean, hello. And then genetics, I bet you he won't be as white as you are. Let's go with that. He's not going to be your color or mine. Oh, it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
And Oprah
and you know that they're rotten. You know that they're rotten just by what's happened and the things that they keep secret and the things that have been said. I mean, they're called the firm for a reason. They're rotten.
I was wondering about that. Why they kept calling them the firm of the institution. I'm just like, can you just call them the royal family?
No, they're the firm.
They're the firm.
They will have you killed. They will cover it up. They have connections everywhere. They're above the law in England. Okay.
Hey, Stephanie.
Exactly, Stephanie. That's what I'm saying. Who knows? Ask God. You never know what you're gonna get with her being mixed.
I did see this man who was in England, and he looks just like Meghan. Sometimes his hair grows out. Him and his brother had those features, but their parents look like they're lily white. And so they took the ancestry DNA test and found out they got like 35% black in them.
Exactly.
And they said, and I forget what the term is called, but they said, yeah, sometimes those recessive genes from years ago, they come out in another generation. There's a lady in, I think, South Africa. Her parents are white, and she came out black. She's a couple of shades lighter than me, and they said they did DNA too. That's her parents. And in her case, she just got the luck of, like you said, genetics.
It's just
showed up in that generation.
Know. Especially with Meghan being mixed, that adds just a whole nother. Even if you say that Prince Harry is 100% white, Meghan is 50-50. So you never know.
Yeah, but Mary, should she have to pray for that?
Hell no. Have a DNA test if anybody wonders. If Harry's wondering, have a DNA test.
I want the child to be whatever is going to come out. I want it to be healthy and protected. Now, if they act crazy because it comes out darker skin like the grandma, then they can go kick some bricks. Because I'm just telling you right now, I don't know if you saw, they got this thing called Black Twitter. And they had all these little posts, and they were like, "All Black Twitter was ready to ride." When they were talking about Archie, it's like, you don't talk about people's kids. That's just
and take his security. And take his security away. You want him to get killed. The firm wants to be able to get at his parents directly. Yeah. I'm gonna have to think of a good hashtag for this whole piece of crap drama.
It's just and
Queen Elizabeth, you're fired. Hashtag Queen Elizabeth, you're fired. I was on Facebook jail, so that's the kind of stuff that'll get me back on it. For 30 days, girl. Since my birthday, since right before my birthday.
I was wondering why I didn't see you on Facebook. You was in jail?
Yes. My sister sent out a note so everybody knew. Yes, ma'am. Yes,
what did
for something
say?
I did in October. Something I did in October. And I post a lot of political posts.
Yeah.
So
and the snowflakes are always upset. But then all they hate get to stay. I just don't understand.
Yeah. So this happened in October and they just now got me. So basically there was this one black woman and she was at, I guess, a Make America Great Again rally or protest. And it had in there, it said something, blessed by jeans, or let me see, white nationalists, white supreme by jeans, and they spell jeans Jeans instead of Genes.
That's it. Out of all the stuff I've posted that could be just horribly, disgustingly horrible, they got me for that. Yeah. They got me for that. And the black woman is like standing forward, and you see these people with these awful signs misspelled and whatnot. And she's just sitting there laughing. That's all I did. That's it. And I was in Facebook jail for 30 days.
They wouldn't let you appeal it?
I did appeal it, but they explained to me that due to COVID-19, they were low on resources. Hence why they just found me from something I did in October, and that by the time they resolved my issue or got to my appeal, that I'll probably be off. But I did appeal it. But then my thing is, if you found that in October, the election was in November, so. It's plenty of things that I've done, but after the October, after November, before January, because the Atlanta runoff. I mean, so I just wait and see. I mean, I'm scared to even, I go in there sometimes because I look at what you all post and different people post, but I'm just terrified to go in there because I could be on 90 days. I could be, it's not telling what they find now. Because that was the least of my words. Do you understand? That's the least offensive thing I've ever posted. Least.
Wow.
Yeah. So if you don't see me, and then one of my friends, which I cannot wait to curse her out. I'm gonna have to go on Instagram and curse her out. But she put in there #Free Medina. She created a hashtag on Facebook. So as soon as I can get to Lynn Reedus Duncan, I'm going to curse her out.
Why you say her whole name like that?
Because I need to.
Stop doxing.
I told you. Lynn Reedus Duncan. Okay. She did it. Free Medina. #Free Medina. UB. And it was like my birthday. She was wishing me happy birthday. And had wished me happy birthday. And then she does that. Yeah.
Damn, Mona Nola.
Yes. How long did you get in jail, Moni, for that? That's more offensive than mine.
I think so maybe I was in Facebook jail for like a week, maybe. But my thing was because I was posting too many things back to back, so they thought I was a bot.
I do that.
And so they're like, "Oh, you can't post anything until Sunday."
So they always freeze me for hours, a few hours for that.
So I can click on like YouTube, but I can't share nothing. I can't do it.
Oh my gosh.
I can't.
My aunt, they put her on Facebook jail. She said for 30 days because as soon as my aunt is like 60 something years old, almost 70, and she's a Facebook queen, okay? So and she's probably watching now. Hey, Aunt Leslie. Hey, Aunt Leslie. So what happened was she said that she posted something that said, Donald Trump, your white robe is ready at the cleaners. Yes. So they put her in jail.
Dang. That was somebody that was some MAGA person. That was a MAGA person. They got mad.
And the sad part is, it's probably one of my friends. Hello. Probably one of my friends who reported my aunt. Monique, clean it up, girl. Clean it up. Clean it up. Clean it up. Yeah, clean it up. I'm telling you, I'm so tired of gray sweatpants, those posts and stuff. Like, I'm disgusted. I see sweatpants, I turn my head because I'm sensitized now.
Oh, wow.
I don't even know why that started being a thing. I don't even know why that started.
It was just something that men wanted. I don't know if guys wanted to.
Yeah.
Like, I guess because women got thirst trap pictures. So now that's how they do their thirst trap.
That's not thirsty. I ain't seen not one thirst trap in no gray sweatpants that I want to be. No.
And I've seen some boxers though. I was just like,
the boxer briefs, so the right Trey kind of jeans.
Blessed. I'm gonna tell you right now, Trey.
I heard that, girl. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, I look at
Jason Derulo is blessed. Hey man.
I know. Whew, I bow down to you. I bet down to you. Yeah. Oh my goodness. But you know they said that what's Megan Thee Stallion shooter's name? I hate to put it like that. I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm gonna say this. We're gonna discuss it, and I'm gonna leave it because that's one of your triggers. I know that's one of your triggers. What's his name? You know his name. You did some shows on him.
I did do some shows. I can see his face. All I can see is his bald head. He got.
Oh my God! Yeah, exactly. That's why he shot her. Yeah. Because she took that hat off. She took that baseball cap off.
This is what I think happened. They were arguing. And then she probably, she's like, "I don't give me out of this damn car. I don't want to be in this." She probably said something about, "And your bald-headed ass."
With your bald-headed short ass.
Yeah, Tory Lanez. Bald-headed.
Yeah.
Bald-headed short ass. And he said, "You call me what?" And he went and got the gun.
Yeah.
I think
right.
I think that he did that.
Who said he didn't shoot her?
Who do you think did shoot? She shot herself?
No, somebody just put that in the chat. You went right over. It's right before Stephanie's post. Right before somebody said he didn't shoot. It was short. Right before Stephanie's post. He didn't shoot.
But I won't.
She's being facetious. Yeah, but I won't go there, girl.
Oh no, you didn't. I went to figure because I called him that crispy crunchy come.
Life is light. Life is light.
Life is light.
How long were you in there? Life is light. How long were you in there? Girl, I'm gonna have to let me screenshot that because I don't remember any of those disgustingly horrible names. That's a bad name to call somebody.
Didn't we have a ladies' night and somebody said crispy crunchity coon?
I don't remember that. Maybe I missed that one, but I would remember that because sometimes I want to get low down, dirty, ghetto. My members only jacket, hat backwards. Umar Johnson. Christy, I want to get
you
that.
The Goonie. Yeah, I got a video coming out tomorrow. It's gonna be a premiere, and look forward tomorrow, y'all, because this man is out of control. He be doing something. Today was I was gonna say rest in peace to Breonna Taylor. Today was the 1 year anniversary of her being murdered by the Louisville Police Department. Today they had a rally in Louisville, Kentucky. There was a lot of different activists there. Black Lives Matter, Women's March. Ben Crump was there. Someone from Ferguson was there, and they were just showing their support to her mom, to the community, and saying, "Hey, we need to keep pressuring this government to get a grand jury, so they can reopen this case." And guess who shows up at the 1 hour and 29 minute?
Yo, boo.
It ain't my boo. Because this is the thing. I'm watching Roland Martin. Roland Martin is from Texas.
I know.
I was like Aggie, just like me. So I'm like, he's always had the black issues. So I'm on there thinking like, wait, is that who I think it is on Roland's shit?
And didn't he fall out with him? Didn't he fall out with Roland Martin?
Yes, he calls Roland a coon. He says he didn't because this is why. He went on Roland's show, but Roland had like panelists, and they went in on Umar with some hard questions. And basically they were calling him here, and then Umar called one of them a coon, and then Roland said, "Oh, stop! Wait a minute, we don't use those words here." But Umar was acting like a baby, but he couldn't be a liar. Like, dude, we not finna. So since then, he's called him things. But I'm probably thinking Roland probably saw that too. Like, is that motherfucker?
I will be damned. I will be damned. This mofo. That's what he said.
And then the part of my video, you'll see it'll say who requested him to speak, because he only says he's the most requested scholar, right?
Right, black, yeah.
But who requested you to go up there? Because I know several other people who were there. I follow them on Twitter. I know what they're about, and they would not agree with any of his beliefs. And
what did you say though?
No, seriously,
what did you say?
told them they would not agree with none of his beliefs. But I was like, who requested you to speak?
Kim, when you saw him, what did you look like when you saw him? Like, was it shocking to you, or did you already know?
This is me. I'm looking at the thing like, and I'm like, I'm like, why, Lord? And then he was making the speech, and all I could think about, the video started messing up. Like it started starting. I said, you know what? That's Mama Oya trying to stop that fucking food.
You know,
and he was losing. And guess what? He was losing his voice. I said, oh, that's Mama Oya trying to stop this foolishness right now.
That ain't nothing but God. That's awful. That's hilarious.
And it kept messing up. And everybody in the chat was like, what happened? What's wrong with the video?
Girl. Well, Umar, if you're listening, she's still single from my understanding.
I will become a blonde and hell no. And you know he wants somebody to touch his feet. Somehow he looking for a good woman to take care of his feet, take care of his big toes. I was like, what kind of nasty shit are you? What
big
you been
toes? That don't mean what you think it means. I just don't think so.
There's something wrong. If I get a woman, thank you. Happy birthday, Stephanie Collins.
Happy birthday.
I didn't know I was older than you. Happy birthday. Please tell me why my youngest brother texted me happy birthday. I hope you got a lot of gifts, donations, and donations. That is funny.
Happy birthday,
Stephanie Collins. Happy birthday. But
listen, that's what I have to say. Let me say this real quick. I hope I look as good as you when I get to be your age, girl.
Benita.
I hope I look as good as you, girl.
Yeah.
I
got you sipping that wine. But this is the thing, though. I was gonna say, Stephanie, I might need to be hiring you for services because I just saw another video of Umar and he's asking for people to help him get a place in Houston or Dallas. No.
Are you serious? Now, how's he gonna pay his utility bill in Houston? How's he gonna pay his utility bill in Houston? HR got $18 million worth of back, old bills or something people can't pay.
Something like that. I don't know. We done had too many natural disasters. We done had the Texas freeze. They shut off the power and stuff. The governor done reopened the state. We don't need Umar Johnson coming down here.
Good, but it's like when it rains, it pours.
His event gonna be a super spreader. You're gonna want to hug on somebody. And then he likes to do these drop-in clinics. HISD already got enough problems. I
hope not for your sake. I don't know what you'll do then. You'll lose your mind. If he comes down there and he's within, you'll lose your mind. I pray.
See me on the news. Then here goes a Houston teacher out here with a sign.
Right.
They'd be like, man, why are you out here? I'm out here because there's a man in there who got foolishness going on.
Used all your sick leave and vacation trying to pick it and go to book signings. Yeah, I see it. I'm gonna pray about that. Because I want him to contact you, even if it's bad. I just want him to contact you. You've done enough work. You need to put some work in on him. He needs this work. So I just want him to contact you and just to say anything. Could you please stop?
Don't get blocked on here. Don't get blocked on here.
Put it up. I can't see it. Put it.
Don't get blocked, butterfly. I love you. Do not get blocked.
Woo.
Oh Lord.
Girl. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, girl. Girl, he might put something on you. You don't know. You up there, it's like it's a thin line between love and hate.
Listen here. I'm 43. He is 46 years old. And he acts like he's 20.
Girl, you might be what he needs, girl.
Oh,
Like
I gotta
all
raise
those
a man?
pickups.
Oh, hell no.
Girl.
I'm so happy my friends don't listen to that foolishness no more. She used to be like, oh, you need to watch this video. I'm like, okay, it's okay. No, you need to watch this video. I'm like, something's off about him.
Girl, I don't know. I used to think it was something, maybe it's something hidden in there. Maybe it's what they say? They say still waters run deep, girl. Big things come in small packages. That's how I used to think about him. Then, girl, when I saw with his jeans sagging somewhere, I don't know where he was.
Oh, yeah, that was the video I did. His jeans was sagging. Jesus. And then I saw his hands one day, and I was like, oh.
No, girl.
And they said he been living in that school that has no running water.
And he already looked nasty and crazy. Nasty and crazy.
But let's move on from this because this ain't the Umar show. But did you, in your research, did you look at where it said there are a lot of British people, they have this show called Good Morning Britain. It's kind of like Good Morning America.
Yes.
And Piers Morgan is on that show. Bye. And his people, I guess the other co-hosts, were questioning him about his comments about Meghan Markle. They were like, well, you always say things about her. Are you, and they're basically questioning him like, we're not saying you're a racist, but it don't sound good coming from you and you're white. He's very, even his friend, and I guess they got so mad about him the next day they questioned him again, he just walked off.
This guy came after him.
Then he got fired.
Did he really get fired?
Because there are so many complaints about him. There are like 41,000 complaints. And so they're like, oh, he's not there anymore.
But see, the way he was questioned triggered him. Because the guy that questioned him the next day basically said,
girl, you need to send me to the emergency room.
I'm unsubscribing. I know that's right, Life is Life. I know that's right. Because the thing is that if Umar put that on her like that to where she fell for him, she would probably just run and leave her job. She'd leave boys. She'd leave her aunt, her whole family. And we'd never see her again. Just like that wild guy. What's that nature boy? So it's like that. It's one of those situations.
Is that? Oh, I'm gonna do a video on him eventually, but let's talk about him.
Yes.
I just feel like I don't think they bathe on a regular. I got a problem with that.
And everything else that they do within those confines or that compound or whatever they call it. I've never watched that. I just hear about it, and I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't want to go there. I don't want to get off on this ride.
Yeah. But the guy that did question him the next day, he approached him from the standpoint of, why are you on her so bad? Are you bad because she rejected you? Because you used to. I mean, he came at him like that. So that was a triggering moment for him. That did him in, his friend coming up like that. You were going for her hard.
They both they were asking him questions, but I think also when the other people on the panel were also asking him a question too and saying, hey, let him finish. We listen to you when you talk, let him finish. And then after a while, he didn't want to hear nobody. Then his friend, Sharon Osbourne, who's on the talk, she says, I defend my friend. He's my friend. He's never said anything racist. And basically, he said he is a royalist. He loves the royal family. But I don't think he said anything racist about Meghan Markle. Sheryl Underwood, who's also a comedian, but she's a co-host, said, "Look, I'm your friend, but I have an issue that you say you don't know of anything that he says is racist, but I've heard things that he said that didn't sound right coming from him." But then I just wanted to know, what did you think of them tears she shed?
White girl privilege. Don't cry and think I'm going to forgive you and give you a soft place to land and be lighter on you because you shed tears. I think, what really went along with me was her apology, where she basically said, I'm not a racist. That's something that I don't believe in, which I believe that. But when she said, bear with me, I'm here to learn, I want to get better, she did. Okay. I did screenshots of it because I felt like that was profound. And that's what made a difference to me. Keep your tears. Don't want to see it. Don't want to hear it. Don't care. But
wait, where did she go? Okay, she'll be back. Yeah, but I like what Medina said. I feel like it was a stereotypical white woman with privilege move. You don't cry. I should be the one crying because I'm feeling attacked. And to me, it's like a common thing that a lot of, I think, people who probably think that they're liberal and they're white, and they say, well, teach me, learn. And it's like, so black people got to teach you how to be not racist, in a way, because I'm a teacher and I'm also part of an organization that teaches people not to be racist. Okay, sure. We can do that. There's also an organization called Surge, which I've interviewed members from there. These are white woke people who teach other white people not to be racist. And I just think from now on, we need to say this. Hey, here's a group called Surge. They'll help you. Here's a book. They'll help you. Because I don't got time. But sometimes I feel like it's almost like a cop-out. It's like, well, I won't know unless you teach me. And it's like, but can you Google some things though? Or can maybe when someone in the future talks about racism, you automatically don't go for, well, I love all people, I don't see color, because that's dismissive. And maybe Sheryl Underwood, because Sharon is her friend, can help her to be less racist. Hey, Medina. I was holding down the fort till you got back.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and finish your statement about.
Well, I'm just saying, until then, I felt like white girl privilege. Near you're crying. I feel like after she had a chance to think about it and come to terms with it, because she and her husband, they've done a lot about race relations, like for a very long time. So I really feel like she's genuine, but she did let her friendship to that man cloud what was really there. Her perception was clouded. And I think she was able to come back the next day and give that really deep apology to me. That's my feeling. And I accepted that. And I was proud of Sheryl Underwood for not being ghetto, not letting it get to her, and seeing that woman as her friend first, and then as a person that needed help. So that's how they're spinning it, And I know Sharon Osbourne is pretty up in age, but like I said, I really feel like she was sincere the next day. I really do.
My thing is this. I just want her to be sincere the day after that. And actually trying to do the work to know better. Because the next time your friend says something racist, and we know definitely it's racist, you can't say, well, what my friend said wasn't racist. No, sweetie, you've been to the class. Cheryl been helping you. You've been reading books.
You've gotten black eyes from the public.
You know better now.
Yeah.
What did you think about? Because I read somewhere that Piers Morgan said that his friend Sharon Osbourne got bullied into apologizing.
Whatever he needs to say. Bye, Piers. Bye. See you later. Thanks. Yeah, bye. Whatever you need to say. Bye. Say it out the door. Bye. I
Mhm.
didn't care. I don't care what he has to say because he had, from what I understand, he had been at this for months and years and all of that. I don't care. I had no idea of him having some sort of personal relationship with her before all of this happened. I
Either.
had no idea. So now I understand what was behind, these months and months of raking her across the coals. Exactly, life is like, absolutely, absolutely.
Now,
Hmm.
this is related, but it's unrelated. Daryl actually shared this article with me. There's a actor named Wendell Pierce. He
Hmm.
worked with Megan on the show Suits. He played her father.
Mm.
Some British station called him for whatever
Hmm.
reason, and I guess was asking him about the interview with Oprah. And he says,
Hmm.
I don't know why this is important. There's so many much more important things we could be talking about. There's COVID-19, epidemic, pandemic. We need a vaccine. This is just, I think he said something about gossip or celebrity gossip. Why is this
Hmm.
not important?
Hmm.
And when I read it, I was like, okay, he got a point. Like we're in
He
a,
does.
it's a COVID pandemic. We need to worry about this, but it's like, can't we worry about two things at one time? I mean, and my thing is this: they asked you about the interview
Hmm.
that she had and her husband had with Oprah, and they probably
Hmm.
were something like, "Hey, you worked with her. How was y'all's
He didn't
relationship?"
want to be involved. He
And
was
so
deflecting.
he did say, "Hey, I interact with her on set. We worked together. They said start or whatever action. Then they say cut, and then we
Hmm.
stop. We wasn't like
Hmm.
friends, buddies.
Hmm.
But he didn't
Hmm.
say like she said nothing crazy to me. And he just said,
Hmm.
which I was just thinking like, couldn't you have just said that last part? Like, hey,
He should have. He was
we just
deflecting.
worked together. She was nice. She was professional. We were not, best buddies or anything, but we were professional actors on the job, and we got along. And what they
Hmm.
did to her, I'm sorry. I'm gonna pray for her. That's best.
Hmm.
That's the end.
Hmm. Hmm.
I don't know. I just kind of felt in a
He
way was
didn't
like,
want to be in it. He didn't
yeah,
want to be in it. Some people don't want to. They don't want to weigh in on this issue in the least. You never know, especially being an actor, how that it could impact your career later on. And then some people, it's just not important to them. It's just not, you
Mhm.
know. But yeah, it was not, whatever he had to say wouldn't have made any difference in the situation. So, I mean, he just kept his mouth shut. I don't give a shit. That's probably what he was thinking. I don't even care.
Mhm.
He didn't care.
I do, but in a way, it was like you don't have nothing nice to say about. You ain't got no empathy for her though, like a little bit to say,
If
hey,
he
girl,
didn't know her, why
I'm
would he?
for you. Hope you everything okay.
How many years ago was that? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, and it's been so many years ago. And as a black person, not all black people have something to say about black issues, believe it or not.
point.
And he's in a different world. And I mean, you can say actually she has problems that the majority of us will never have. As far as you're in royalty, they treated you like garbage. Now
Well,
you're trying to make
look,
a life for
have been
you, but
mistreated by in-laws
oh,
though.
we have. I mean, and I get that some of us have, but it's like a lot of people. I mean, those are rich people. She's got rich people problems.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
know,
He does.
and so a lot of people just they follow it. Oprah did the interview, but I feel like from I have some friends who basically because it was Oprah doing the interview, it might as well have been Oprah and Gail. They could have cared less. I mean, they have issues with Oprah. Period,
Mhm.
which it's like that clouds the whole thing too. It's like considered a source. She's in this right now, but she could be in so much more. I mean,
Mhm.
you hear both sides of it, but like I said, I feel like
I'm glad they pulled the covers back on this issue. That I do believe Meghan and Harry, and I feel that they will be fine. And they had a support of the world behind them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not cool to be racist right now, and it's not cool to jump. Now it's not cool to jump on Harry and Meghan.
Mm-hmm.
It's not cool.
But I still feel like, at least from what people are saying, and I think there's still this, oh, Meghan told all the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
But damn, Harry came along and said everything she said was right. And then
I almost lost my life, and you give a damn about me telling dirt? I almost killed myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having another baby. Do you think I want to be depressed my whole pregnancy after being in there? I mean, being up in there with Harry, Archie, and having to go through all this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. I almost lost my life. I can say this. I can say this.
I just feel like it's still like they're on this Meghan hate train.
Mm-hmm.
And not taking the fact that, hey, one of your royals said you tried to kill you didn't get no help for his wife.
Mm-hmm.
It took security off him and his son.
Mm-hmm. But also in everyone else's defense, you know, there's that rumor out there that says that she was abusive to the help. If you're sad, if you're depressed, if you're unhappy, do you have any love for anybody else?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how was she supposed to act? And I don't believe, they may have seen it as abusive, but she didn't hit anybody.
Yeah. But also, this is what Harry said. He knew the stuff that they were saying about his wife was wrong, was incorrect. And other people in the family did too, but no one came to her defense. No one said, no, that didn't happen. And all this time, they're like, oh, she cursed, she made Kate cry. And it was Kate who made her cry. And I
said, girl.
After when I heard that, I was like, you know what? Kate ain't shit.
Right, she's not, and she's an unhappy, skinny looking.
Kate's gonna help.
I didn't.
Made it, and I just.
She's a nice queen.
Mm-hmm.
She's a nice queen. She's a nice queen, and my whole thing is I don't care, and so you know I'm so happy. They say that the Oprah interview was taped well before these accusations came out about her being abusive. So they can't say that people can't say that she did that because they came out with those accusations about her because she had already done that interview. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like it is the truth. It's no matter how you cut it, it's the truth. Mm-hmm. And what was Betty? Betty put up a comment there.
Oh yeah.
And what was her comment?
I saw this too.
I don't know. I don't know.
There was Holly, because remember before Sheryl Underwood, I think it was Holly Robinson Pete, and wait, were they trying to replace Eve?
Now I did read something about Eve,
but Holly Robinson Pete was guessing on the show, and they were trying to decide, I guess, whether she'll be permanent. And Sharon Osbourne said Holly Robinson Pete sounded ghetto. And Holly Robinson Pete said, basically, I guess the stuff about when Sharon defending Piers Morgan, and Holly Robinson Pete was like, well, I'm not surprised she defends him. She used to say stuff to me. She said, I sounded too ghetto to be on the show. Don't you think that's a racist thing to say? And I was like, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't like that. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't like that. I didn't know that about Sharon. I had no clue. Mm-hmm. I had no clue.
Yeah. Holly Robinson Pete came out with that this week. She said, Sharon said I was too ghetto for the show. And I'm trying to think, wait, I'm sorry to say this. Forgive me. She thought Holly Robinson Pete was too ghetto, but Sheryl Underwood is her best friend.
Girl.
Because I've seen Sheryl Underwood in comedy, and she is like one of my aunties.
on the Steve
Right.
Harvey morning show all the time, and she lets it loose. So
Mm-hmm.
if you thought that that's a problem, and then here Holly Robinson Pete has, she does movies for Hallmark, which is one of my stations. So they don't have ghetto people on Hallmark. So if she has the act to do it, that's fine. But
So,
whatever.
yeah, and
Everyone's different, and that's a talk show. So you want different personalities. You want people who have walked in different shoes in their lives. That's what you want. You
and
want
Holly,
individuals.
mm-hmm. and Holly
But
Robinson Pete has worked in Hollywood. She knows French. The only time I've ever seen Holly Robinson Pete be ghetto is when she was on that show 21 Jump
yes,
Street in the 80s,
yes,
and one of the
yes,
people she played was ghetto. I had never seen her
yes.
get on anything else. She's
Me
always
either.
been, to me, I
Yes,
guess a regular, I don't know if we can say regular black woman, but she's never been
yeah.
ghetto type. And I'm just
If
like, I
yeah,
wonder is it because a lot of people know who Holly Robinson Pete is,
that could
especially in the
be.
black community. And
Yes,
I'm sorry, Holly Robinson Pete still looks damn good.
she does. And if she's ghetto, then I'm ghetto because she's the least ghetto person that I really do know.
Yes.
Like even in her reality show, she's not even ghetto on there in real life with her family. She's not ghetto. And I didn't know she knew French. That's interesting.
Yeah,
I'll
she
have to
actually
read up
knows.
on that.
She did an interview like I guess when she was doing 21 Jump Street, and she was like,
Uh-huh.
"Yeah, I know French," and she started speaking French. And then in one of the scenes on the show, they had her go to French class,
Oh.
and she had to speak. The teacher was talking to her and said, "Oh, like she was a nuisance." Like, "Oh, you can go sit down," and basically she spoke French back to the teacher.
Oh,
Janet Jackson,
wow.
Janet Jackson speaks French too.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Hmm.
My mother does. She took it in college.
Yeah, and Janet actually
That's
went to
for
college. She
years.
stayed like a year though, and then she went into
Okay.
acting
Yeah.
and singing and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Jacqueline
interesting.
Vines, no, she has not, and I think this is why it probably won't happen. She got a lot of flack for that Michael Jackson documentary. And people are
Mm.
like, how could you do Michael like that? You interviewed him in the 90s. Now you hear you supporting these two liars, which they found those two men lied. And so she got a lot of flack from the black community for that. Then she was going to do the Russell Simmons documentary, which actually in that case, there was actually a whole lot more truth to him being the way he was. But I think it was because there were some things that she wasn't quite sure if everybody was telling the truth. And she was like, oh, I don't want to. So I think she didn't want to make the same mistake again. So she pulled out as producer.
Hmm.
Some people felt like, hey, these victims are black women. Why didn't you stay to stick up for us? So
Yes.
she was in a catch-22 with that. And so even though Harvey Weinstein has been convicted and is in jail, I don't think she's going to try to do another documentary like this. This is either for personal reasons or professional.
And I think that that's a low priority for her for what she's doing with OWN. I mean, she's doing a whole lot with that. It's very successful. Um, and I just don't think she really wants to get into that. She and Gil need to stick to some light stuff for a minute. They've done a lot of things that people in the black community don't agree with. As far as them being impartial or however.
Or
So
certain
they don't
stories
make
that you're backing. And someone feel like, oh, you're just being anti-man or anti-this.
yes.
But at the same time, it's like, can you be pro-black woman on something? Like for the Russell Simmons case, like to me, I feel like, yeah, she can be seen as being anti-black, and this is a second black man. Michael Jackson's a black man. But at the same time, the victims were black women.
But I don't even know anything about the Russell Simmons thing. What he was accused of doing what?
It's on I'll put it in the 18 chat. It's actually a documentary.
Okay.
I want to say it came out from HBO, but they actually put it on YouTube. And it basically chronicles the different women that he has sexually harassed over the past 20 years.
Wow.
and he's done it. And then this is the thing from one of the it actually got me triggered a little bit because the first lady, like she's married and has kids and other women, but it seemed like all the women were his type. And I'm looking at his ex-wife and I'm
Look
like,
like Kimora.
Tall, light
skin, long hair.
Like, dude, you got a type.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of like what Jaguar Wright said, you know, women in hip hop, in certain cases, you were expected to date a producer or a rapper or something in that field. And it's like they were covering for each other.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'll put it in the yeah, she really miscalculated. She did.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I know that there was an issue with him and stuff. I never, for whatever reason, I just never believed it. And it's not just because I'm a black person. I just it never sat well with me that he would do that because he was so emotionally immature to me. Mm-hmm. He was so emotionally immature.
With Russell Simmons. He was 30, and I think his wife, Kimora, was 19 when they met. So I was like, okay, you.
Yeah, but she's a fast one too now.
Oh, she done learned. She done learned the game, and she done flipped some things, and she done made a name and some money for herself. She's not naive anymore by any chance.
Yeah. He taught her well. She learned from that.
They get along now because I think he got remarried and she got remarried. I don't know why this didn't work out with her, Jamon Hansu. I really liked them together. But she got another husband now, and they actually go on family vacations together.
Wow. Interesting. She's a bigger woman than me.
Yep. But I think they also are still in business with each other, too.
Okay. Interesting. You know a lot about a lot.
Yeah, they say I know too many random facts.
Yeah, you know, yeah. You know a lot.
What it? Cheryl needs to find a new show. Sharon will never become a. He's on Cheryl. Tell her not to cry. Yeah, I didn't like that part either. But you know who else was friends? And they said they were totally opposite. Remember when Elizabeth was it Huckleback,
yeah,
was on The View, and Sherry Shepherd was on there, and they were saying oh, we're opposite people in your views on the show, but we're actually good friends. And I was like, looking at them when she said that, I was like, really? Y'all, a part of me was like, are you getting paid to say that?
I know.
But then they said the only thing they talked about off the show is their kids.
Right. And that'll make you have a friendship. Kind of changing subjects, Kim, a little bit. Girl, what about Stacey Dash? I just don't. I mean, I am so disgusted. Okay, how could you even do that to yourself? How could you even? You can never. You can never. I'm disgusted. I'm gonna
have to rename this live and take off. We have to do Coming to America another day. Because this is my thing. I knew when Trump was going to leave office, a lot of people who was for him were not going to be for him anymore. Some of them you saw on January 6th in his own administration was leaving. They're like, oh, I'm off this train. I was going to get off anyway, but I'm going to get off today. But now, 2 months after January 6th, she going to come back and say, you know what? I was being an angry Black woman. I was going through these things.
Now you're Black.
Now you're Black. I'm upset at, what I said and how I thought about Trump. I realize now it's wrong. And I hope y'all can forgive me or something like that. And I was just
she's never given a shit about us.
Exactly. So you've been getting a check from them people for what, how long? And now that the tables has turned, there's a Biden administration. My thing is this: when they had the 25th anniversary of Clueless reunion, and your ass was not invited, your ass should start being a Trump person that fucking day.
You dummy.
Because for people who grew up in the 90s, that was
I love that movie.
Iconic
I
film.
love that movie.
Think about
plus the girl that died, the one that died. Yes, that was one of my movies.
Breakfast Club was a classic.
Pretty in Pink.
Pretty in Pink. Okay.
16 Candles.
16 Candles. What else can we put? I would say even the first Scream movie, maybe. The first Scream
The which
movie.
one?
The first movie.
Yes.
I know you did last summer, and you had what was this show? Clueless.
Yes.
Like, those were classic
Footloose
movies.
Footloose.
Footloose. Right. You were, and this 1999, and this is the thing. She was on the film. Then they had a TV show. She still played her same damn part. She still was getting the job.
Old as hell. Old as hell. Mm-hmm.
Okay. She did some movies, and I think this even said she did some movies on BET. But then you realize that in March, not the day that January 6th happened, which we kind of would have believed you would say, you know what? I support Donald Trump, but I don't support this foolishness right here.
You know who you voted for, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
We know who you voted for.
Mm-hmm.
She sat down in the interview, and I'm telling you, I don't know what kind of privilege to say she had. You're on your meds now, so now you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at her face. Nothing was sincere. No sincerity.
Like, girl, you should have been talking about when that man tried to put you in prison because he said you were doing some type of voodoo stuff to get him to marry you. Now thank you, Ferris Bueller. Yes.
Yes.
Now you want to be open arms? We bring you back into the Black community? No, ma'am. You are on probation. As far as we concerned,
you're gone.
You're probably in purgatory right now.
And you know that comedian had a special on her, so I didn't even, Schuler. He had, I think it's Schuler, but I can't even watch her. I watched a little bit of it. It's not sincere. She was not sincere.
And my thing is this: we didn't accept Omarosa ass back.
Never, ever.
We wanted to know what her ass was gonna say since she left the White House. Well, got fired really because she started smelling herself and taking advantage of the job. And then they're like, well, why do we have you here helping us with our relationship with African Americans, and they're not voting for us in this election?
Right. We're not one of them. They don't see you as one of them.
Then all of a sudden she wrote, but the thing about Omarosa though, she was smart. She wrote a book.
Yeah. How did that do? Was it on the bestsellers list? Because I know I meant to never buy it. I made sure I did not buy it, did not talk about it, nothing. I hate her. But you know that they say she worked in the Clinton campaign. On the Clinton campaign. I think she was a part of that administration. So she's no dummy. And she was never... Yeah, she knows about politics.
She's actually
she's an opportunist. She's an opportunist. She's an opportunist.
But she said she was. I don't know if you remember when she first got on the Celebrity Apprentice. She said on the thing about these reality shows, everyone likes a villain. And she said, for this show, I'm the villain. And I was like, and then she was.
I never watched it.
It made her memorable. She didn't get to the final end, but it made her memorable. And from there, she was able to go to other reality shows, to other projects. Unfortunately, it got her divorced from her husband, her first husband. Then it was like she kind of seen a tone down when she was fiancé to Michael Clark Duncan, and then he died. And then after that, she kind of like went back to her old ways. You know, she's an ordained minister.
No, I did not know.
And the first lady of some mega church in Florida.
Please, please spare me.
and had her bridal shower, I think, at the White House. I think that's one of the things that got her fired. Like, girl, you got all these people in here that ain't a pass clearance.
But none of them did. None of them did. She wasn't alone. And T. Rump probably approved it. So I mean, she didn't care. It's just disgusting. I know that's my word, but the people we talked about tonight, they disgust me. It's
Wait,
disgusting.
what? Look at what Stephanie said. Are you talking about Stacey Dash? She's in no man's land now. She got to one of the desert now for 40 years.
Forever. Just wander wherever. I don't even give a damn if it's the desert. Wander to the middle of the ocean. I don't care, you dumb. She sure can, Moni.
What?
Oh my God, Stacey Dash. Oh, so now you want to break down and cry because your life is garbage at everywhere you turn. Okay. She's a garbage person.
Man, when they didn't invite you to the 25th anniversary of Clueless,
talk directly to her, Kim. Talk to the camera. Talk directly to her. Talk directly to her in that camera. Stacey, girl.
Go. You need to find out they got a psychiatric ward where they at. Get you some proper medication. Get you a psychologist and a psychiatrist. Go to church. Go find a black church in your neighborhood. Call your cousin.
You can't do that.
Call your cousin Damon up. Ask him what church your grandmama went to. See if they still open. Just go there. Visit times. Because you're going to need Jesus and the meds to get your life.
I'm about to be like Winfrey.
Ain't no more Iyala no more. I don't know if Dr. Phil's going to take you, but
no.
You need a psychiatrist and a psychologist and Jesus.
Yeah.
And don't get married no more, sis. Don't get married no more.
How many times has she been married?
2 or 3, and then
okay.
She's been like J-Lo, have been so engaged to so many.
You know I'm not gonna talk about this because when you mentioned that engagement thing the other night, I was done. I'm like I'm not even. Let's not even talk about that. You know, but yeah, I get it. But girl, Stacey, girl,
3 marriages.
You messed up.
That's it. You don't.
Yeah.
3 marriages. They all of them don't work. Yeah, it's time for you to stop. Me and my best friend. I'm trying to see if I can get her to come be a guest. We have a list of people that have been married in Hollywood 3 times and they can't get married no more. It's not part of the 3 strikes you're out.
Okay.
Tom Cruise.
Halle
Berry. J-Lo. You can ask Stacey Dash. And as much as I love this lady right here, Niecy Nash. This last marriage you own, sis, that's it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is it. It ain't them.
They have so much more life to live. And as a person that has had to do a lot of introspection in my life, sometimes you think you have it. Sometimes you think you're where you need to be. And then you get into something and it just doesn't work. So I've just come to the conclusion.
It doesn't work, but
I really feel like it comes a time.
I do.
Yeah. I've been engaged several times. You know that, Kim. And I'm not going to go into you know that several times. And I really do think that I'm to the point now. I've worked on myself. I feel that I'm where I need to be. You know, I lost my fiance to death. So I would have definitely married him if no one else. But I feel like it comes a time where you just have to say, like Dr. Phil says, sometimes you can't make a wrong right, but you can. What does he say? You can't make a wrong right, but basically he's saying you have to be committed to the decision you made. So you made this commitment to marry this person. So sometimes you just have to be freaking committed.
You're right.
Sometimes you just have to be freaking committed. If you can't get your mind together, your soul together, your emotions together, you just have to be committed and say, hey, I made this decision and I'm just gonna freaking stick to it. That's how our ancestors were able to do it. They weren't perfect. They didn't have the perfect mates. They weren't in head over heels in love, but
That's
they were
true.
committed.
That's true, but some of those relationships where they were committed, that some of them were dysfunctional.
They were.
Some of them
They
were
were.
abusive.
They were.
Uh, and I think a lot of people do wish for to have long marriages like that, but we found out later
Yeah.
after mama, grandma, and them died. Oh,
Hmm.
grandpa got a whole nother family coming to the funeral.
Exactly. Exactly. He was a drunk. He
Oh, this
beat
is his
her. He
outside
did.
daughter. Outside
Yeah.
daughter. Who is it?
Right.
Oh,
That's
he
really
had.
my sister. Hmm.
Mm,
And when I'm reading Stephanie's comment, and you know
I
what?
think.
I wonder, like sometimes I wonder that, like, I feel like commitment is so difficult because I feel like in my personal opinion, I don't feel it's natural, because if it was natural, it wouldn't be so difficult to be committed. So just because Niecy is with a woman now, and she has been with men, I feel like commitment is commitment. You know what I
Well,
mean? Like, I mean,
yeah,
do
I
you do
kind of see
you
what
think
you're
so?
saying, but then at the same time, I think of this like the a whole Anne Hay. I don't know if you remember Anne Heche.
I do. Anne had, she was with Ellen, wasn't she with Ellen?
She was with Ellen, but guess what? Anne Heche was dating men before Ellen.
Yes,
Then she got
yes.
with Ellen, and they were together
Mhm,
for a long time. Then they
mhm,
got divorced or separated, and
mhm.
Heche married a man and had children.
Yes,
I'm just like, wait,
yes.
so you was just pretending them years?
But you know, what about people that say they fall in love with the
You want to
spirit?
go get some penis. Which one is it? And that's the same thing about I feel about Niecy Nash. Like she got married the first time, then she got married the second time. I'm really happy for her, and I even her and her second episode, they had a reality show. I was like, yeah, I'm
Mm,
Niecy Nash. I'm supporting Niecy Nash. I love everything Niecy Nash has been in. I watched Claws.
mhm,
That was my show.
mhm.
Then I saw, oh, Niecy Nash is getting a divorce. She's marrying a woman, and I'm like, Niecy Nash. And all I could think about was not the fact that Niecy Nash was getting married to a woman, was she's getting married a third time.
Third time's the
What?
charm, girl. Third time's the
Is this
charm.
why the last two times didn't work? Because she really was she really been a lesbian this whole time. And like Stephanie
Or
said, I hope she's
bisexual.
not going to change her mind and the divorce her wife because you were confused or going through a phase, or you just so upset with men, and you just like, I can't deal with these niggas no more. I'm gonna go
But
get a woman.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't. You don't play with people hard like that.
Well, there is an interview with her, and she discusses how and why she fell in love with her wife. There's
Mm-hmm.
something out there now, and I intend to go back and read that. And so they discuss that. But you know, there are a lot of people out there,
Mm-hmm.
especially if she had failed relationships with men. You know, some women do turn to other women, and if she's like bisexual anyway, I feel like that commitment thing is there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm like,
you
well,
may
maybe
want a
at
man,
this point, like, is
but
she bisexual this whole time? We just didn't know.
yeah, yeah. So it's about commitment. They say that all women are bisexual to a certain extent, you know, and so it's about commitment. At the end of the day, it's about commitment. You know, that's how I feel like. Okay, I think commitment is difficult for a lot of people because so many of us don't deal with the trauma and wounds of our life. And the show, I agree with that, Danielle. I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that. I mean, commitment is very, very difficult. It's very difficult for me. I'm a person that is a serial committer, but I take it seriously. It's almost like a science for me. I have to like brainwash myself every single day when I'm in a relationship with someone, and it's to that level where I'm committed. Every single day, I choose that person. Every single morning I get up, I choose that person, and I take it one day at a time. It's like with anything else you do, you have to take care of it. You have to do maintenance on it. You have to give that relationship what it needs. And so when you have a commitment to that person, a commitment to the relationship that you're in, then you take care of it in that way. So every day when you reaffirm your feelings and your commitment to that other person, it makes it so much easier to me. It's so easy. But if I was to say, "Oh, I'm committed," and I never do the work on in that relationship and in myself, I think I could, I could mess up some stuff.
Hmm.
I think I could, but I have to choose. But if you do it,
You got me
huh?
thinking. So you
I'm
did
telling you,
got me thinking.
every day you have to do it. Every day is with anything else. Every single morning you have to choose that person. You have to choose that person that you're with as your person. You choose that person. It's almost like reminding yourself. And then after a while, it becomes a habit. For me, I'm saying for me, that's how it works.
I've been married once,
Hmm.
and I think at the time it was a mistake because my mother died. I was depression. I should have been uh, going to a therapist, like and a psychiatrist at the time. I was looking for family, and I got in a relationship with someone who was in a different state. It lasted less than a year. Actually, tomorrow's the day I married him, March 14th.
Oh my goodness.
Married him on spring break because I was a teacher.
Oh wow.
Um, but like you, I haven't been engaged after that, but I have been, like you said, I guess I'm a serial monogamist.
Yes, I
So
get
I've
that.
had several boyfriends. I even
Mhm.
lived with one boyfriend for about
Mhm.
months. Ooh, that was a
Mhm.
mistake. I'm glad I
Mhm.
didn't. You don't
Sometimes you
understand.
need it that way.
I was so happy I didn't marry him.
Oh,
He
that's
was so
wonderful.
awful that there were times I dreamed I plunged a butcher knife in his chest.
Oh
And you know,
yeah, yeah.
not even a person like that. I love everybody.
Uh-huh.
Let's like this one I really don't like, but I don't
Uh-huh.
think my worst enemy I ever wanted to plunge a butcher knife in their chest like I did
Oh
him.
my God. Thank you, Jesus.
And
You
I
got
said,
her out.
"Thank
Free.
you, Jesus."
Listen,
I was
hashtag free
praying.
Kim.
I was praying like, and I was trying to graduate. It was 2008. I could see it clearly, and I was on there, Lord, please get me back to Texas with my degree. I can get me a job once I get there. I'll be with my family because I can't. Oh, because I even kept thinking like, damn, if I do something violent to him, I'm gonna go to jail. His
Mm-hmm.
family's here, mine is not. They probably gonna do a book in me. I didn't know about New York. They didn't have the death penalty, so I was like, okay, I'm not gonna die.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Texas, I probably am gonna go to the
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'll be
cross.
dead.
And I said,
Mm-hmm.
but Lord, my Amy couldn't stand me in no jail.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
My brother couldn't stay
Yeah.
up out here, Jesus. And I won't do this no more.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yes. I mean you have to go through some things to see some things. I don't regret anything I've been through. I think it's there's some things I could regret, but um I wouldn't be who I am today without going through those. I wouldn't. So you can't regret it. You got to learn from everything.
Oh, you say you were clowning? But I think it's also
Oh, good.
maybe this is a discussion for another ladies' night. But black women, when they hear a black man that they're dating is bisexual, that's their fear. Oh, you're gonna leave me for a man.
How can you compete?
Yeah.
How can you compete?
Mm-hmm.
I would think like that. I would be afraid. I mean, I have cousins who were boy crazy their whole lives, and now they're lesbian, and so you just kind of you like waiting to see once I think she marries her because they're engaged. Once she gets married, I'll breathe a sigh of relief. But until then, I'm gonna be like, because you love men, you loved them, so I don't know. How can you compete?
Mm-hmm.
You can't compete. I didn't know you were joking, Stephanie. I thought you were serious. I was like, oh,
I think that is like to me. That's also a thing too. It's like, okay, is she in it for real, or is this an Anne Heche thing she doing?
yes. Yes. And just like me, I've been involved, me being a heavy woman, I've been involved with men who I'm the first heavy woman they've ever dated. So then, I mean, what does that mean? You all of a sudden love chunky? You decide you go get tired of this and want some, want to go back there. So it's like, okay, those things you just have to pray about it, have faith. It's the same thing. But if I was Niecy Nash's wife, as many relationships as she has had, I would just be insecure just based upon, her background, period. Man, female, anything, just her background. You know.
So, uh, it's almost time for us to. We only been on here 2 hours. Wow. Okay. Just wanted to talk a little bit about this before we leave. Did you see? Hey, Clark. Oh, yeah, I had a good day. I wish you were here earlier. We're almost to the end, but I know you can catch the replay. What did you think? Okay, did you see the sequel to Coming to America that is on Amazon Prime? Did you watch it?
I've heard nothing but horrible things. I've read nothing but horrible things.
Don't tell me you saw spoilers, right?
I have just read reviews everywhere. Even
Oh,
things had leaked before it even came out.
oh,
And so I'm going to watch it just because. But
okay,
I really am I'm a hard person with movies. I'm hard to
okay.
impress, and when you do a sequel, it's very difficult to have a success after an immensely successful movie like Coming to America. They do say the production is great, the choreography, the costumes, the sets were beautiful. So, I mean, that's what I'm going to have to hold on to. But some of the reviews I read and what people
But
said,
this
it's
is
not good.
what I would say with Coming to America. Go into it as, hey, I know this is not the original. But guess
Mhm.
what? They still brought most of the people back that made that
Mhm.
first one look good.
Mhm. What did you think?
I
I mean,
liked it. My brother was like, "Oh, it's okay," but then he ended up watching it for a second time, and I'm just like,
when you say like, I mean, are you the kind
when
of
I
person
say
to use the word love? I loved it. It was great. I mean, so when you say like, I mean, should we gauge that for temp?
no, because if I said I loved it, I would have said I loved it.
Okay. Gotcha.
Like I loved Black Panther.
Oh, me too. Wakanda
I like
forever. Wakanda forever.
this is the
Mhm.
thing. Coming to America is like if I'm having a bad day
Mhm.
and I turn it on, by the end of that movie, I'm gonna be in a better mood.
I agree. I agree. I agree.
Because that's just, you know.
It's a feel good movie. Everyone looked beautiful in that movie.
Mhm. And then,
Everything was just
I'm a
beautiful.
Prince fan, and they had a Prince song in there, so I was really
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah. One of I hate to ruin it for anyone. I mean, most people who are going to watch it, I think, have already watched it. But one review that I read said, why didn't they bring back the Soul Glow guy? The guy
Oh,
that had the
oh,
Jericho
Eric
stuff like.
LaSalle. I had read months ago for Eric LaSalle. It was his schedule or something was keeping him from.
Oh.
Because he actually directs Chicago
Mm,
TV show.
okay.
He has to
Okay.
stop recording, directing to go do the Soul Glow.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I
Gotcha.
was also concerned, like, why the sister didn't show back up.
Yeah.
I was happy to see Vanessa Bell Calloway back.
Yes. Yes.
And everyone kept saying, "Oh, where's the mom? Where's the mom?" I was like, "Well, she died with cancer in 1995
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
the show was off." So, but I
Yeah.
still like the fact, and also what I like the fact about the movie was they did flashbacks.
Yes, they did. They
So
said
that
the
was
exact
like,
that was a
yeah,
negative. Some people were like, that
but
was a negative.
I loved it though
Okay. I'm gonna
because
have
I
to
was
watch it.
to me it was like, how else could we see Matt Sinclair again?
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Some people even I read a review where someone said, they didn't like the fact that there was an illegitimate child in the movie. Like he had an illegitimate child. Like you're royalty, but you go and you have, that. I mean, and they said that wasn't very declared in the movie. You know what I'm
Yeah, they
saying?
were like,
Like
y'all didn't, yeah, someone said y'all didn't have no DNA test.
and yeah, it was like something
But
like
if
that was
you
put in there, but no context around it.
well, you remember in Black Panther though,
Mhm.
the older brother or the brothers
Mhm.
of the king, he had a
Mhm.
son, and the dad said,
Yes.
"Yeah, I knew he was there the whole time, but you didn't do
Yes.
nothing."
Yeah.
Like, no,
Right.
both these
Right.
both these kings are like, what is wrong with
Yes.
y'all? Leave your
Yes.
children behind.
Yes. Yes.
Like, why are y'all leaving
Yes.
kids behind like this?
I'm half African. So
Oh,
in
I know that.
Africa, yeah, my father's from Uganda. So in Africa, there are certain tribes and communities where, they can have more than one wife. If they have another child, that's fine. If a man marries a woman and she's barren, then she can give him permission, or he goes out and has a child with someone else. So that's not necessarily unheard of in an African culture.
Mm-hmm.
Modern day maybe, but that's not unheard of.
Mm-hmm.
That's not unheard of. So I can kind of define it. I can explain it away that way
Mm-hmm.
from that. But the whole
Some
point of first
people,
movement,
yeah. Some people also
yeah,
complain. They're like, "Well, how
that's
come?"
true
Because you
money.
know, I love Leslie Jones. They're like, "Well, how
Mhm.
come his baby mama had to be living on hard times, loud, dark skin, and ghetto?" And I was like, "Oh shit, was she?" Oh my god.
Right, cause it's Eddie Murphy. Cause it's Eddie Murphy. Yeah, and Arsenio, they have to put a twist on things. You know what I mean? A little bit of reality. Yeah. Imoni, since you mentioned that, I see that now, but I don't know. I thought he was running away from getting married to that arranged marriage in the first one.
He
It never
was.
occurred.
He
Yeah, he
was.
was running away from it, but she said, I didn't look at it the way she's putting it here, though.
But
I did that.
that's what the father said. The father said, "Okay, I'm gonna let him go to America. He's just gonna sow his royal oaths and come back,
Mm-hmm.
get out his system.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna marry this girl." But he went
Mm-hmm.
over there and he fell in love.
Yes, yes, he did. And that woman was always very sweet. I never heard any bad press on her either.
Sherry
All these
had.
years, she's just very sweet. She looks very sweet.
Hmm. But the only thing
Mm-hmm.
is, I didn't know until this year. Vanessa Bell Calloway actually mentioned it was that she actually went for the part of Lisa. She
Mm.
thinks because she was darker skinned that they didn't pick her.
Mm.
They
Yeah,
they made her read for the other princess
yeah,
part and
yes.
got the
That's the one
job.
that said, whatever you like, whatever you like. Right, yeah, whatever you like.
Mhm,
Interesting.
mhm.
Interesting. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to put that on my list of things to do.
Also, Eddie Murphy's one of his kids is in the movie, so that's
Really? I'm gonna have to. I'm
mhm.
gonna go see that. What role are they playing?
She's his second daughter.
Second daughter. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna have to watch that. I can't wait to see it. I mean, I have every intention of watching it, but I just haven't been in any hurry because of
Yeah,
it's just yeah, yeah.
I understand. So, you have any
Mhm.
last words on anything we talked about, or any movies you're gonna watch this weekend that we maybe need to watch?
I'm reading. I'm in the middle of reading 4 books.
Whoa.
Um, I have some. I'm going to be interviewing some authors, and so I'm like binge reading if that's even possible. So
Hmm.
to stick to my timeline, I read a lot right now, right along in here.
Hmm.
So that's it. That's all I can do. And I am going to read. I'm going to watch Coming to America.
Oh, okay, you
So
gotta tell me how you liked it next
I
time.
am, girl. I'm gonna have to write my critique, girl. I'm gonna have to write my critique.
Okay.
But nothing. I mean, I've enjoyed our discussions tonight, and as a woman, I think it's very important to take care of your family. And I'm very proud of, how Prince Harry and Meghan specifically, that she's taking care of her child. We feel the need to take care of our family, our children, ourselves, our husbands, and or our mates, if we have one. But I'm very proud of the steps she's taken, and I feel that she will make sure that Archie and her daughter are going to be fine regardless. Period. Period.
And a new baby on the way.
Yes, a little girl. Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what they should do? But I'm just
What?
petty. I'm petty in my spirit like that.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Emma Diane.
That would be wonderful. Because they pay homage to her all the time by Meghan wearing her jewelry, a crown, an outfit inspired by her. That would be beautiful if she would do that. I think that would mean a lot. I think that would mean a lot because Harry's much like his mother.
Yeah.
And he married someone like his mother. I feel like Meghan is like his mother. She has a sweetness about her.
She does.
So, yeah.
So, thank you so much for coming
You're
on
welcome. Thanks for having me.
My first guest on the revamped ladies night, and I hope you still come into our chats this week.
I will. I'm going to do my best. I have several people have reached out to me, including Roxanne and Christine, and asking where I am and what I'm doing. My support for all of you has never faltered. I've always been there. I still support like I did before, but I've got to be present, and I'm gonna do my best to follow up on some of you all stories, and some of the things I need to binge watch. I need to binge watch first, and then I'm going to catch the lives and do a little binge watching. But I'll be here. I'm going to be present.
Okay, I'm so glad you can make it. Thank you to all of my moderators who are here tonight. Morning No Love, Speaking Truth with Roxanne, Gator Girl 04. Thanks for some of the pull-up team. Anna Fry Warriors for showing up. Stephanie Collins, Must Be Like Danny Brown. Thank you, Toy Wilson, Jacqueline Vines, Betty Yellick. If I miss anybody, Butterfly, Bam, Bryant Bam, Hamilton. Y'all should check him out. He plays music. Butterfly. Who else? Miss MW50, Life is Lay. Because she over there trying to deal with a 16-year-old birthday party. Danielle Russian. Trying to think if anyone else I forget. If I have, please blame it on my head, not my heart. I did not mean to. Thank you, Daryl Moore and Mad Church Disease for peeking your head in.
Yes.
Hey, Trish Tanel, thank you so much for being here.
Hey, Trisha.
Please look out for my premiere that I'm going to do tomorrow. Also, I believe Daryl Moore and Mad Church Disease are going to have 2 different lives tomorrow. Okay. Roxanne, are you having a premiere Monday while you're out, or you're not? No. Yeah, please pray for Roxanne. Please pray for Miss NW50. She lost a family member. Also pray for Simple Rashad. Remember, he lost 3 family members a couple months ago. Pray for Dog Cigar.
Where's Understanding?
She's going through some health things right now.
Okay. Okay, I miss her.
She stays off of social media.
Okay.
I would tell her that you asked about her.
Yes.
Okay. And thank you, Ray of Sunshine, for coming as well. Thank you. Okay, you all have a very good night. And y'all sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Go have another drink if you want to.
Yes.
I need to get into this TV show called I Care a Lot. Yeah, I need another refill myself.
Yes.
You can get this on my Teespring account. Just let y'all know. All right. Thank y'all so much. Thank you, Clark for coming. I appreciate it. And also Joe Lady came tonight. Thank y'all so much. Love y'all. Good night.
Good night.